So, when you live in Paris, one of the things that you learn very quickly is that bonjour everyone and welcome to my class. Today we are gonna speak about a very serious subject, which is how do French women look so effortless? Sit down, have a coffee, take some notes if you want to. I'm from Paris, so I grew up in France. I lived in America, in England, in Australia, in Italy. So I know a lot about the different styles, and I always got this question about the Parisian and French style. I'm gonna show you all the steps. So we are gonna go through makeup, hair, the way you dress, and I'm gonna give you some of the rules to always look effortless and never too much, okay? Are we ready? So, when you live in Paris, one of the things that you learn very quickly is that looking like you try too hard is actually the worst thing you can do. There's a bit this thing that if you look overdone, people are gonna pursue it as insecurities, okay? Which is very funny because it's so different from a culture to another. I would say that in France, less is more. In Italy, more is more. So there's always like this fine balance between being curated but never looking like you actually put some effort. And it's quite ironic because looking effortless actually takes some effort. So we are gonna start with the makeup. There is this golden rule in France, and I grew up with those kind of things. Like your grandma would tell you how to do your makeup and what you shouldn't do. You should never do eyes and lips in a strong way. You have to choose. This is like one of the golden rule in makeup for French girl, is that if you're doing a red lips, then you cannot have a smoky. And if you're doing a smoky, your lips must be natural or nude. And when I say natural, I mean it should look like you almost have nothing on it, so you cannot like overline, put some lipstick and gloss. For today, I'm gonna show you the most basic everyday makeup because I think it's the one that is the most useful. In winter, we would wear some red lips, French makeup to put a red lips. Like if you look tired, or I think it's very, if you look a bit sick, we always give like a little touch of red on the lips just to bring color, but then the rest must be almost nude. For the makeup, you should use minimum product, maximum effect. I really love this one from Clarins, which is a serum and a foundation. This is very French, by the way, to have something that do skincare and makeup. We are very, very strict about skincare, but in general, what it is, the philosophy for makeup, for hair, for clothing is that first you need to have a good base. So French women are so precise with their skincare. We actually care more about the skincare than the makeup. And that's why French pharmacy have so many great products, and it's actually kind of cheap. You have brands like La Roche-Posay, Aven, that you find in every pharmacy in France, and you have like the best product for everything. So you need to take care of your skin, and this means that you will need less makeup. Makeup in France is not used to like carry a style. French women in general, they would have like this makeup that they know fit them well, and they will do that all over again. They're not really trying like trends or like changing the makeup with the clothes that they're wearing, or like changing the colors of the eyeshadow. It's not really the vibe. So you just need to have like a good base of makeup that is like covering, I don't know if you have dark cycle, if you have like little skin inflammation, but that's it. The main thing is to always remember to do less than what you would think to do. Minimal product. Indeed, I just apply this. I don't think I will even put some concealer because to be honest, the foundation is doing the work. I'm gonna use this one from Kiko. I had to rebuy it because I finished it. I will link you everything, by the way, so you just need to click on the description to have all the products. So for the lips, it's very like a natural vibe in general, to be honest. You know, there is this thing that a lot of French women do. It's also about having minimal product. So you would have like the thing that if you're using like a lipstick, like a nude one or with a little touch of color, then you would also use it as a blush. I think the French makeup for that is really fun because it's not fun, but it's really simple in the way that you have few products to use and you put it all over. I love this one because it's very like convenient and easy to use. It's almost like the color of my lips, but a bit better. Voila. I think it's un peu clair maybe. Also concerning the lining of the lips, it's better not to, you can overline a little, but you really need to like smoosh it after. It cannot show that it's overlined, okay? Then you can use, usually what you put on your lips, you would put also on your cheeks. I'm gonna take this one. I'm not gonna use any bronzer. We're just gonna keep it like minimal, fresh, spring makeup. I also love this creamy texture. I think it's really good to have like a natural finish. Let's see how it looks. I love that I'm doing like a video of makeup, not even looking at my screen. Okay, you see, it's almost indetectable, and this is what you need to do. You can put a little highlighter. I love this one from Chanel because it's very subtle. Okay, so I just like put a pump and I would do like that and just like put it on the cheekbones, a bit the eyes, and that's it, just to give like a fresh touch to the makeup. What I seen when I traveled and lived in different places is how makeup is different from a place to another. I would say that, for example, when I lived in Australia, the makeup was really about this very dewy skin, super beautiful. I think they really nailed like the beautiful kind of skin. Then in Italy, you would have like maybe a bit of a stronger makeup, also in England. But yeah, French really needs to look like almost you have nothing. Same for the eyebrows. The eyebrows need to look the most natural. So the only thing you're gonna do is just fill the hole, but it cannot be perfect, okay? Lots of French women actually don't plug their eyebrows and they leave it like natural. So it shouldn't look too curated, too perfect. It needs to look a bit like messy. And then we are gonna go for a little touch of mascara. One of the things that all French women has are the lash curlers. This is one of the first things that you do when you learn to do makeup when you're in France. Like when you're not in the age that you can actually wear makeup, you would learn how to curl your lash. As I was saying, it's really about having your base the best way possible. I think that, for example, contour is not really French because even the approach of makeup is not about changing the shape of your face, making your nose smaller. It's really about enhancing your natural beauty and not changing or manipulating it. So this is something to keep in mind when you do your makeup and you want to look effortless. Then we're just gonna put a tiny bit of mascara just to bring out a bit the lashes, you see? Not too much. Then you can put it a bit down if you want. Same, it needs to be subtle. Actually the blush that I put, I'm gonna put it on the lips so it's, you know, the same color. You see? Needs to look very natural and effortless. It shouldn't look like you tried so hard. You just need to take care, have a good skincare, curl your lashes, find a lip color that is working for your lip, that is your lip color but better. Put it on your cheeks, brush your eyebrows. Basta. Okay. Same for the hair actually. Like I remember when I moved to New York, I would see like all the girls in America had their hair very put together. So I discovered like brushing, to do the brushing actually when I was living in America, but also in England. We don't do that in France. I think in France, the another way to look effortless is really to look like you didn't do your hair, okay? Which still needs a lot of effort. By the way, I'm just gonna spray a little of water on the makeup to make it even more natural, to make it melt. What we would do for the hair usually, you do your hair part, same for the hair part. It doesn't need to be precise, it doesn't need to be like a perfect line. If you wake up and your hair a bit messy, you just spray a bit of water to give it a shape, brush them out, and then you're gonna plug it here and it's gonna take the shape like that and basically let it dry in the nature with the sun. It's very common in spring and summer when it's hot to see like French women coming out of their home with like wet hair. You see like this is the typical French girl hair. To come out of their home with like a wet hair and it's just dry in the wind. What we all have in France is a labello, colors. I love this one. And during the day, you just put that and it's gonna give a bit more of color if the rouge à lèvres is coming out. This is really nice. It's also hydrating the skin. So really keep in mind that we always try to give like some kind of like care in the makeup products. So the foundation as a serum. This is a lip balm, but it's colorful. So it's really about like trying to make our base, so our skin, our lips, looking the best way possible so we can put less product on ourselves and look great. Me, obviously, I kind of have like straight hair, so it's easier to style it, but you know, you really need to have like this kind of effect so it cannot look perfect. It needs to look like a bit like, oh my god, I just woke up like this and came out, you know. You see maybe you have a little bumps, it's okay, and then you'll move your hair naturally like that and like that to give it a bit of volume. What we would do also is a messy bun to gain some volume if you want to. When your hair is a bit like humid, you just do like that on top of your head, which is very important because otherwise you're not gonna gain volume, and you just pin it like this. We're gonna stay like that at home and we leave it like for, I don't know, even half an hour, so when it come out you have like this natural movement and it's giving like volume on top of your head. Or we also use lots of like pins that you can put it like that so it put volumes. Like it's all little like tricks and tips that makes you look super natural and effortless, even though it's not effortless. I would say another thing. I remember when I moved to Italy, Andrea was shocked about the situation of my nails. Like, mind you that I got married without my nails being done, okay? Because I have a natural French manicure. If you can tell, the tip of my nails are white. So we don't really do like crazy nails. Like it's not part of like the Parisian French ID. Obviously, this is very general. You will find some French women that will do it, but let's say that in general, it's not the vibe. So we keep our nails very natural. Like the maximum you can do is sometimes put red on your hands, especially in winter, but that's it. So also the nails doesn't have to be perfect. Obviously, you just put a little transparent. Me, what I love to use is the Camellia from Chanel Beauty because it gives like such a natural look. And I also do it by myself. Like I don't go anymore do my nails. I love to just like put it on top and a bit like make the shape, but it needs to look super natural. We don't have long nails, fake nails. Let's speak about the wardrobe. You need, I'm repeating myself, but less is more, and you need to look very effortless. It's so funny because the way Parisians are dressed in Italy, people would think that you literally didn't make any effort, and that like Parisian dressed in a way that is not about trends. So this is the first thing. You don't follow trends. What matters, it's always the same thing with hair and makeup. You need to find good basic things that are fitting you. It's not about following trends. It's not about having the last thing. It's about having clothes that make you look beautiful. We basically wear the same thing over and over on repeat. One of the most important thing you need to have in your wardrobe to dress like a Parisian is a good denim. Okay, denim is one of the key factors that you need to have. Me personally, I love the 501. I think the Levi's 501 fits me perfectly. You have the 501 Classic. This is the 90s version that is a bit larger. I'm gonna show you one of my favorite denim, how you would dress. We are gonna start with the base, okay? This is like a everyday casual as a Parisian way. I have this model in every color. Why? Because when you find a pant that fits you perfectly, you just need, I have it like, I have the darker version, I have like some version in white, I have it in gray. So I don't need to think in the morning. That's the thing. Like you don't need to think too much, okay? Obviously, I'm gonna link you everything. But this is basically the fit of the 501. This is gonna be the base of everything, okay, for a casual day. Then you can either, if you have to look smart, you put a good chemise. This is one from Figare. I also have a collection of linen shirt because it's getting hotter. And same, I have it in so many different colors. I'm gonna show you just because it's so easy to style. You don't need to think. This is basically half of my wardrobe are shirts, okay? But we are gonna go for a tee. Same. This is a very important base. A good t-shirt, a good denim, and you already have a base. Why I'm saying that? Because in clothes, in the things you wear, it's the same rule as less is more. You need to pick one piece that is gonna be the main dish, okay? All the rest needs to be almost inexistent. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. I want to style a jacket, okay? Let's say obviously, we love vintage clothes, we love vintage jacket. I think that there are so many great options, but for example, let's take this jacket. This is a vintage Chanel jacket in blue. This is already the main dish. Okay, I also have the skirt, but I would say that a true Parisian would not wear it as a set, but you know, you either wear the skirt, either the jacket. We are gonna go for the jacket. Underneath it, you're just gonna put a simple white tee. I'm gonna link my white tee because I finally find the perfect one. I'm gonna show you. Okay, this is the perfect white tee. Same, I got it in blue navy, in white, in gray, because it's the perfect base. One thing that is a bit controversial is that we don't really wear bra. I don't know why, but when I grew up, I never really wore bra. I wore bra when I was obviously pregnant, when I was breastfeeding. My boobs are not the same as before, so I don't feel as comfortable. Also, it obviously depends on the cup of your breast. I have small boobs, so it doesn't need so much support. But let's say that even when we wear bras, it's never gonna be like the padded bras. It's gonna be the ones that are almost invisible. There's not really the culture of like the push-up and not the vibe, because same, it's just adding another thing, and we want to be as effortless as possible. So this is the base, this is the main dish. How you're gonna style it in the most easiest way possible. This is already everything, okay? Wait, I don't think this is a good example because I would have worn a denim that is a bit brighter. So I'm gonna take another example. Okay. I would put this jacket. One of the things that you need to have is always gray jacket. I think it's such a big part of the French attire, Parisian attire. This one has padded shoulder. It's a vintage pieces, but I'm gonna find something similar. This is already the base. And then we love ballerine, obviously. I think as the jacket is not super strong, there are many shoes options that you could put. A touch of color. Ballerine, if you want to be comfortable. If you want to be a bit more dressy, these are some of my favorite shoes. I am wearing them so much. These are from Loro Piana. I think Loro Piana is truly doing the most beautiful shoes. I think that this is really, really a perfect attire. Like, I feel so comfortable in that. And if you want to be a bit cray, you can put leopard ballerine. I'm gonna go with the Loro Piana. And then for the bag, as this outfit, the jacket is a bit minimal, like it's not saying too much. You could wear, I have the most perfect bag for this. This is actually a gift from the mom of Ricardo when I turned 30. This is a vintage box Kelly. It's in Bleu Nuit and it's quite beaten, like it lived his life. You just go like that. I feel like the bag is already strong and important, so the rest needs to be casual. You could also go like that and put a little chemise, a white chemise. I think this would be even more French because, to be honest, I think the bag now is the main dish and you don't need to overdo it. See, when you style, it's very important to do less is more. So you try the things and you're like, okay, the jacket, even if it's in a plain color, is still strong. This is a choice of bag. This is the thing that you want to see, so the rest needs to be almost invisible. And this is how you achieve the effortless look we were talking about. So if you want to build your wardrobe, you really need to be attentive to those things, you know? One of the very good basic I was telling you is like the linen shirt. This one is in Bleu Nuit. I would wear it typically with the darker version. Okay, this is the darker version of the denim. Okay, and you see, you could wear the shirt on top of the t-shirt as a jacket. You can wear it as a shirt. Look, this is so good. This is a really good base. I feel like when you're wearing like kind of a monochrome look, you could pop a little lip, like tiny bit of like red in it, so it's brightening up. And if you do, you keep everything plain. Now we can spice it up, so you can add like colorful ballerine. We have the Bordeaux one here. I also love this leopard ballerine from Cézanne. It's a bit more like, but I think with this navy blue, this would be perfect. If you want, you can also put a little escarpin. If we're speaking about the main dish, we also love things that are a bit interesting, no? I have, for example, these Manolo. These Manolo are very strong and specific. Like, if you look at it, there is like some kind of like Swarovski. So if I choose to wear this, the rest needs to be plain. So I think like what I'm wearing now is perfect. If I choose to wear those kind of shoes, then the rest need to stay kind of toned down. This is such a perfect look. I love it. And then obviously Babette. I think with that you can put like a little bag Babette. I think like with that, this color of Chanel is so perfect. It's kind of matching the shoes. See, this is the final look. You can put a little chignon. You can leave your hair crazy. Nothing overdone. Alors, another rule that I've been taught by my grandma. It's hilarious because she really taught me that when I was like a kid. It's really to not wear too many colors. But once again, these are rules that I grew up with. I'm not saying that wearing too many colors is ugly. So many people are doing it very well, but this is the not the typical French style. I think in France it would be mostly you wear like 3 colors top, otherwise it becomes a bit too noisy. This is basically how you would style your everyday. So you need good pants, good denims, good tees, good shirts, and then you can play with the shoes or you can play with the jackets or the bags. This is where the fun is. Now it's summer. You find a good short, you put it with like ballerine and a white shirt and you're done. You can wear it with a panier en osier in the Jeanne Birkin way and you're super effortless, like really easy. I have lots of like cute little bags that I adore. I have this basket here, this one that I would typically wear during the summer, or even like the classic panier en osier. I think it's always like a very good thing. You can fit so many things. When it comes to night time, you need to find some good dress. I'm gonna make a selection for you so you can get inspired. I would say, this is another rule, please don't come for me. If you wear something really short, if it's during the daytime, you have to wear either a ballerine, either a kitten heel. It's rare that you'll see a French woman with a mini skirt and super high heels. Because once again, it feels too much, it feels overdone. You need to kind of give the impressions and that comfort is important. You would typically wear like high heels if you have a long dress and it's nighttime, or if you are wearing like a pant and a kind of a stricter outfit on top, so you can like, you know, bring this sexiness with the heel. We try to avoid short dress or skirt with high heels. It can happen when it's nighttime. It needs to feel effortless. So the dress doesn't need to be over the top. We love a bit of transparency in France. I think that this is similar a bit like with the UK. If you think about Jeanne Birkin, you know, she would have like a mini dress, a bit transparent and a panier en osier, and this is how she would come out at night. So, you know, it's always a question of balance, and I think you can wear whatever you want. It can be like a crazy heel, it can be a crazy jacket, it can be a crazy bag, as long as you keep the rest toned down. Remember that it's one strong piece and the rest is toned down. And it's hilarious because obviously my team is Italian, so Andrea and Elena that you know, they would always be, okay, more, and I'm like, no, this is too much. And we really have a different like perspective on that. I think for them more is more, like truly, but for me, like if I wear like a very beautiful bag or like special, I would try to keep the rest quite toned down, and they would be like, no, like come on, like just add this and add that and add that. But me, I feel truly over the top in those kind of situations, but I think it's really because this is part of my culture and how I grew up. So you really have like some codes in your brain that stays, and this is it. So it's really about being like effortless. I think what's important is to have like those key pieces. Once you build your wardrobe with the pieces that fits you and you understand like your morphology and what works for you, then it's easier because you don't have to follow trends. Actually, you shouldn't follow trends. You just need to find the things that are right for you and repeat, you know? So you always have to have like, for example, wait, I'm gonna show you. This is one of my favorite jackets. I have it since few years and I'm wearing all the time. Like this is the main dish. T-shirt, I have this beautiful denim from Celine. I keep everything minimal, and this is the base. And then I can play with the shoes, I can play with the bag. For this, for example, I could wear classier, you know, I could wear that and a little bag. This, or I can put a little ballerine, and then the bag needs to be toned down. This is like, when you have great pieces, then you can style it in so many different ways. You can even wear that with a loafer. So many options. You need to find like great jackets. Me personally, I love jackets that have a bit of a shoulder because I feel like the allure is strong, and I love to feel strong. So I love when the shoulders are a bit padded or larger because they make me feel more badass in a way, no? And once you find like your great jackets, you're good. Like I also have this jacket that is from Chanel. It's a black jacket, very simple. I wear this so much. This is a black and white outfit. This is also something super easy. I'm gonna put, I have black and white ballerines that I love. This is also such a great outfit, and it's really effortless. Any kind of bag that you want. You can put a pop of color, or you can go also black. Like I could go crazy and put something like that just to spice it up a little. This little animalier bag. I just don't like that the t-shirt here is coming out. This is the way I would put it. This is a set from Ralph Lauren. This is in linen. I think linen in summer is such a great material. I need to take off the etiquette because it is effortless by nature. It's never gonna be perfect. It's always gonna have like the shapes of, you know, the body. Like this is a natural material, so it has to be like this. This is not tailored. Another secret is you need to make your clothes tailored to perfection on your body. This is the typical outfit that you can wear in so many different ways. And I'm gonna wear this all the summer when I'm gonna tailor the pant because it's a bit large for me now. And when you wear this kind of colors, you need a little red lip. Like this, you need a little red lips, or you need like a fun blush, and this is gonna be the look. For the shoes, it depends. I would typically wear that during the day, but also during the night. I would just change the shoes, to be honest, and maybe put the red lipstick. But I think, you know, you could go classic and like wear a little kitten heel like that. Super chic, super comfortable. By the way, this feels like a hug. I love this bag so much, but I think it's too neutral. But I also love a beige and yellow. This is so cute. This is the outfit. This is already making the things. The rest needs to be toned down. And if you are during the day, you can wear a bigger bag, easy. Get some great linen pieces. And I could wear this, you know, only wearing the jacket. One of the things that I love is also wearing the jacket over the shoulders, like that. I think it's super cool. I think this set, by the way, exists in other colors. I will link it to you, and I will probably buy it in other colors because I think it's so freaking cool. I'm gonna wear it all summer. I think that this and this would be great also with like a denim short. The pants can be with like a t-shirt also. Like you can, you know, play around in so many different ways. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. I think that's one of the things that makes the French style so unique in a way. That's why it feels so timeless, because it's not about following trends, but it's about making yourself look beautiful and effortless. The golden rules are really to take off something rather than adding something and feel comfortable and beautiful and embrace who you are, you know, what fits you, rather than trying to fit into a trend or something else. And that's it. Let me know in the comment, what is your style? How do you prefer to dress? Are you like more like Italian vibes or French? Or if you think that, you know, French style is boring, that I could also get. I have some friends that dressed, that are not obviously from France, but that dressed in such like fun, crazy way. So, you know, also I feel like one of the important thing is to really find what makes you happy. I think that clothes and the way you dress and the way you present yourself needs to make you happy and feel confident. So when you find it, just stick with it, and that's it. Most of the things in my wardrobe I have from many years and I'm wearing on repeat. I have like dresses that I have for like over 10 years that I was wearing when I was a teenager. And I think that's the beauty of it. It's to, you know, when you find your style, then, you know, you just have everything you need. Ciao!